Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, have a good day. We are from Group 3. We will present our topic Nuclear Application in Latex Industry entitled Natural Latex Radiation Vulcanization with Gamma Ray, which we identify with Co-60. Let us introduce ourselves. From me, Hodija Asegaf with NRP 17007. Next, our team there are Dinda Novia Kumalsari with NRP 17005, Ristia Aryuda Handoyo with NRP 17052. Next, Fadila Fatruresti with NRP 17074 and Sela Salsabila Heranda Putri with NRP 17092. From here, we divide some content that will be discussed. First content, utilization of nuclear physics. Next, radioisotope used. Then, there is work step. And then, decay process and radioactive radiation process. And the last, there is advantage and disadvantage of radiation vulcanization.
Hello everyone, before discussing the main discussion, I'm going to tell you about the common problem of natural latex. So, the need of natural rubber products is quite a lot, namely about 658,000 tons of natural latex per year. But mostly the natural rubber products are contained of nitrocements and allergen proteins. They are chemical compounds that are harmful to the human bodies. For example, the nitrocements can cause cancer, and for the allergen proteins can cause eczema on the skin redness, it will increase your blood pressure, convulsion, and asphyxiate. So, we are moving on to the solution. The government made the regulation to minimize the usage of nitrocements and allergen proteins. Due to the regulation, efforts have been made to find new formulation for natural latex vulcanization that are free from nitrocements and allergen proteins. But how can we do that? The answer is the radiation and vulcanization process. The process using gamma rays Co-60 as the source of radiation. For the utilization of radiations are the radiation vulcanization process use the materials that will not cause nitrocements. Due to the irradiation of natural latex, polyisoprene vulcanization occurs, so the protein that were allergic become non-allergic. And now, the natural latex safe to be used as the raw materials of the rubber products. The use of rubber products are for car tires about 75.3%, for the industrial need and technical goods such as rubber belt, shoes, hoses, bicycle tires, etc. about 12.4%. And for the rest of it such as condom, rubber thread, foam rubber, gloves, plumbing, etc. about 12.3%.
Then, I will explain about the radioisotope used. Gamma rays include electromagnetic waves obtained from the decay of radioactive substance emitted from the atom and at high speeds due to excess energy. Its radioactivity is not affected by temperature, humidity, pressure, and others, but is affected by the state of isotope course. The radioisotope of cobalt-60 is resulting from the correction between cobalt-59 and neutrons in the reactor corresponds to the following nucleus reaction below. Cobalt-79 and 25 become neutron 10 and cobalt-60 and 70 and 27. And the reaction of cobalt-60 and 27 become nickel 60 and 28 plus beta plus V plus 2 gamma. And then cobalt-60 is unstable, decaying, emitting to gamma rays with an energy of 1.17 MeV and 1.33 MeV is respectively, which have a half-life of 5, 0.27 years. And then gamma is preceded by beta decay. The Co-60 becomes the ground state with when it becomes a nickel 60. Because Co-60 can emit gamma rays, and gamma rays alone can kill the microbies almost 70% in the material, so it's safe to irradiate the latex. Irradiation itself is radiation rays that when it hits the material will cause the absorption of energy in the material by going through various processes or interactions. The amount of the radiation energy that a material emits, where the latex can later be used for the manufacture of clothes, baby pacifiers, and many others.
Then we will explain the work step used in this application. In this topic, the process uses a radiation polymerization technique, which is a polymer modification technique using gamma rays radiation to obtain new material with high quality. The vulcanization process is irradiated natural rubber latex was carried out by irradiating natural rubber latex with gamma rays. This irradiated natural rubber latex product is not radioactive and safe to use. What is interesting is that the process is simple. It doesn't require volcanic material such as sulfur, zinc oxide, and other accelerator, so that it supports environmentally friendly products. The tools used here are gamma cell irradiator with capacities of 10,000 curies, panoramic irradiator with capacities of 20,000 curies, and tools that determines the properties of latex and this film. From here, we does manufacture of vulcanization radiation latex. Use 3 grams of detergent and add 27 grams of water in and layer covered with sharpener. Next, stir with magnetic stirrer and add 24 grams of CCl4. Stirring continuously until average. After emulsifying enough, the stirring is lowered and add the concentrated latex slowly. Irradiated in this method use 3 ways. First, flanking radiation short latex. Second, latex spin on shaft, and then latex move around Co-60 gamma rays radiation source. Irradiation of material is carried out using gamma rays. The irradiation technique can be done by batch or continuous system. In a batch system, the material is irradiated at rest or in a sectionary container. The absorption dose received by the material can be adjusted by adjusting the radiation of irradiation. Whereas in the continuous system, the material is carried using a conveyor, or the material is directly moved or streamed to the irradiation system.
Okay, next I will explain the radiation that occurs in the application and decay process. Radiation in concentrated latex will give rise to free radical process and cross-bending between polyisoprene chains. A radical substitution reaction is a reaction which occurs by free radical mechanism and result in the substitution of one or more of the atoms or group present in the substrate by different atoms or groups. The initiation step in a radical change reaction is step in which a free radical is first produced. Cross-bending between polyisoprenes is a process that connects one polyisoprene chain with another polyisoprene chain. If the radiation dose is too high, it will cause a degradation process and hydrogen gas. Molecule other than rubber will undergo a macro-radical process. The following is a macro-radical process. R is radical from hydrogen, hydroxide, and hydroperoxyl radical. The amount of macro-radical natural rubber rises with the increase in radiation dose. And if macro-radical meet with another macro-radical, there will be corresponding. Next corresponding reaction in the form of propagation, addition reaction, and disproportionation or termination addition. In propagation addition reaction result in an always growing crossing or chain reaction. In disproportionation reaction result in a dead polyisoprene chains. Also, a termination reaction between macroradical polyisoprene and R occurs. Next, relegation process. Rupture of polyisoprene chains into radical propane 1 and methane with the onset of hydrogen. After passing the reaction, the resulting latex reaction is latex vulcanization. The amount of polyisoprene corresponding can be multiplied if before latex radiation is given a additive material with a value of G that is much higher than the G value of rubber polyisoprene. The following are additive material for rubber material. And next will be explained by my friend.
Point 5 will discuss about advantage and disadvantage about latex production radiation vulcanization technique with Co-60 gamma ray radiation. Well, the first is talk about the advantage. From the research result in the laboratory scale, factory scale, and trials in home industries, the advantage in processing and irradiated natural latex technology are: the first one is saving on chemical material because it is only required to chemical, and then saving heat energy, saving time because the production process is relatively so fast, and irradiated natural latex can be stored for quite a long time. It is about more than 6 months, whereas for natural latex from sulfur vulcanization can only be stored for about 3 weeks. And then next, the advantage is does not contain carcinogen, namely nitrosamine causes cancer, non-toxic, does not contain allergen protein or allergen in the human body, rubber product does not give strong smell, and they are more elastic. And the next, it is easier to degrade by nature because the energy activity is lower, so that irradiated natural latex production do not pollute the environment. And the last, this process does not cause acid rain, as it is known that when using the sulfur vulcanization technique, it will have a side effect of producing sulfur dioxide gas, which will pollute the air and cause acid rain. And the last, we talk about disadvantage of this technique. The problem of this technology has not yet entered the industry widely because to produce industrial scale irradiated natural latex is required high capital investment. We note that to produce irradiated natural latex with a capacity of 1,000 ton every year using gamma ray, latex irradiator require as an investment of around $1,620,000 US. So it is very high investment. The following are references that are used as reference to explain this topic. And well, that is an explanation that we can convey regarding the utilization of nuclear technology in the industrial sector, especially the latex industry. For more or less, we from Group 3 apologize and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.